Welcome to Bowfish 24/7 365 presented by AMS Bowfishing. Man, we've got a great show this week as we take out a bunch of youth bowfishing down in Newburgh, Indiana for Archery Camps USA, and then from there we travel down to Kentucky and attend the Jared Ashmore Youth Bowfishing Tournament. Then it's out west for some salmon bowfishing on Lake Oahe. And then we're going to show you a little clip of the Campbells Outdoors Pro Bowfishing Challenge that we competed in a couple years ago back in Tennessee. It's some great action right here on Bowfish 24/7 365. We're on the road again and we are heading down to Newburgh, Indiana. Going to be attending the Archery Camps USA put on by Jason Greer and crew. There's 86 kids in the week-long camp and it's all about the outdoors. Everything from tree stand safety, archery techniques, 3D shooting, fishing, and of course, bow fishing. We're going to be taking the kids out for 3 nights of bow fishing on the Ohio River. We're going to show you the smiles that we put on these kids' faces when we get them in the boat, get them on the water. Hopefully they get their first fish bow fishing with the H2O Junkies.
Hey, Archery Camps USA! If you want some freebies, come to the AMS boat and make some noise! Don't hit the truck! Let's get out there, out there, out there. Let's go out there, out there, out there. Let's get out there, out there, out there. Let's go out there, out there, out there. Let's get out there, out there, out there. Let's go out there, out there, out there. Let's get out there, out there, out there. Let's go out there, out there, out there. Let's go out.
We got to get out here because the boys and girls are ready to shoot fish.
That's right, and this is what this camp is all about, is getting the kids on the water, experience the fun and exciting part of bow fishing, and that's what this whole 3 nights of bow fishing is all about. The kids. And as you can see, they're
our future.
Yeah. They're pumped up, man.
Yeah, they're all ready to go out and play on the water. Yep. And I gotta be honest with you, I'm kind of excited too. This is the first I've gotten out for anything other than stingrays, so.
They're all over the place. Look at that, look at them shad jumping. Right there, let's see right there. See him? Oh! Oh, nice shot! You got one! Look at that! Oh my goodness, look at this. Way awesome. Is that your first fish bow fishing? Congratulations. Wow. Congratulations. Look at here, Olivia just smoked the shad. How many of you guys out there can do that? Look at that, Olivia. Give me that. Give me that. Good job. Awesome. She's spearing my hand too while she's at it. Okay, turn light on. Gotta get Olivia on this one. Taylor. Taylor, green light going in circles. Over on Corey's side over there. Got him? Young lady right here. Good shoot. There you go. Good job.
Nice.
Super. Give me a little. Good job, Taylor. Super job. Good job. Give me a 5. All right. Good job. These kids love bow fishing. Get them out there and smiles. I'm proud of you. Great job. That's super. Oh, look at there. Super, man. You ain't scared, are you? Dude. Oh my. They're having a blast. This is what makes bowfishing so special to all of us. Is the smiles and the laughs on these kids' faces is just awesome. Like I said, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Listen to them.
Passing on the tradition.
They're having a blast.
Don't forget
awesome.
to kiss them.
I think we'll wrap it up with that. Olivia giving that fish a kiss goodnight. From all of us at AMS Bowfishing and H2O Junkies. See you on the water.
This is the Jared Ashmore Bowfishing Tournament for youth. We've been doing it for 5 years now. We started it in memory of a good friend of mine. When we thought it was a good way for the kids to get out and enjoy themselves bow fishing like all the fathers and stuff do. And we do it on Father's Day so the fathers can be out with their kids. The biggest prizes here are to be won just off of raffle. Everything's totally free. That way a kid who doesn't shoot anything has just as good a chance to walk away with a bow and arrow, a new AMS reel. Bow fishing to me is the best way to introduce the kids outdoors.
And things are going to be getting a little crazy here soon. We're going to be throwing some hats at the kids, so check this out. It's so cool. This is the future right here of bow fishing. These kids are awesome. They're going to have a blast tonight. We're going to get a lot of fish. And hopefully we get a little action on video here for them. We've got our youth shooters along here tonight. We're going to run these shorelines tonight, hopefully for some big buffs with a grass cart. I've got Dylan, a.k.a. Grassy. I've got Mason, a.k.a. Buff. Josh, a.k.a. Silver. So we're going to go out tonight. These boys are going to have a great time. And hopefully we get some big action in here for you from all these young bow fishermen. It's going to be a great night. Let the water set a little bit. A lot of water skiers and jet skiers and pontoons out. Good job.
Just look at it. Just look at it.
Awesome shot, man. Awesome job. It's your first grass cart? Oh, give me a little. Good job. Nice shot. Good backing shot on him. Super job, guys. What do you think about that? How about that for a sharp shot, huh? Smoke that buff. Sweet shot, Mason.
Thanks. I can barely even.
Nice, big grassy, big grassy. Woo! The big grassy on. This is so awesome. Look at these guys. They're all ready. They're all jacked up. We got huge grassy on. Dylan just smoked them. There he is. There he is. Okay, just easy, easy, easy. Nice job, guys. There we go. Wow. Oh, it's a big fish, guys. Check out this grassy. Came up on this little grass flat. He's sitting there. Dylan smoked them, and he peeled the line, chased him down with the trolling motor. It was so awesome because they knew what to do. They waited, they waited, they waited. We brought that fish back up. We tied them up for a little bit, and both of them, bang, bang, back up shots of this big grassy. That's what you need to do to get these big grassies in the boat. And you all did an awesome job. Awesome. AMS bow fishing, H2 junkies, getting the kids on the water. That's what it's all about. That is what bow fishing is all about. Spending time on the water with those kids will be memories that I'll never forget, and seeing the smiles on their face, the cheering, the high fives, the hugging, that right there is bow fishing 100%. After these commercial breaks, we're heading out west to South Dakota to pursue salmon with our AMS bow fishing gear on Lake Oahe. Well, it's fall, and normally this time of year I've got my climber on my back, I've got my bow with my broadheads, and I'm in the woods chasing whitetails. But when you're an H2O junkie and one of your buddies called you and said, hey, there's some salmon out here in South Dakota, didn't take us long to load up the boat, load up the gear, and head west to South Dakota. We're heading to Whitlock Bay, which is on Lake Oahe, and we're going to be heading over to the spawning station. There we're going to look at the fish ladders, the crowding stations, the water spillways, and they also have 4 ponds. The Whitlock-based spawning station plays a vital role in the existence of the salmon here in central South Dakota.
You know, on a typical day when we spawn Chinook salmon, the crews will start out early in the morning, sort out the fish, basically sorting out, putting the males in a separate raceway, the ripe females in a raceway. Ripe meaning the eggs are free in the body cavity, that are ready to come out. Then we'll be crowding the fish into a cage, lifting them up, and then collecting the eggs from the females and the milk from the males, fertilizing the eggs, and then once those eggs are fertilized, our hatchery will transport them back to the western side of the state where our cold water hatcheries are, and that's when they go over start the process of raising those fish, hatching them out, raising them up to what myself as a fisheries manager requests for numbers and sizes to put back in the lake. Department of Game Fish and Parks looks at bowfishing as another viable user group of the sport fish in Lake Hawaii, especially Chinook salmon. Whether they're catching salmon hook and line or taking salmon with a bow, you know, everybody has to play by the same rule. The reality is these Chinook salmon are at the end of their life cycle. They're going to basically be dead in 2 to 3 months.
Well, as you can see behind me, the South Dakota Game and Fish is very busy collecting their salmon. They do a great job here in South Dakota. Now it's time for us to go on the water with my buddies Ty and Mark. Let's go.
Nope, you got him.
Good job. Hey! First salmon. Wow. Wow. Look at that. Isn't that awesome?
Alright. Woo! Man, that's exciting. We're out here shooting salmon with our bows and arrows. Getting dinner.
Unbelievable. How cool is that? You're gonna taste so good. You know, one of my great buddies and an AMS pro staffer for the last 8 years, Ty Smith from South Dakota. He works really hard with South Dakota Game and Fish on passing bow fishing laws out there. He actually got bow fishing at nighttime passed, and he was working with them on the bow fishing for the salmon also. Come on up here, hurry up, hurry up.
Nice shot, Ty.
Ooh, nice one. Silver one. There's a nice one. Nice and silver, good eater.
And this is awesome. Slamming salmon out here in South Dakota. Cool as that.
Oh, you're low. Right underneath you. Oh, man.
Do you see that?
There you go.
There we go. Thanks a lot, Ty, for inviting us out here. I had a blast doing something that a lot of bow fishermen have never done before.
Right.
Bow fishing for salmon. I mean, how cool is that? You're going to be grilling the grill. Can't wait to get back home and share some with the workers back at the AMS shop also. We're going to get to enjoy some of these salmon. Tomorrow morning we head back to Wisconsin and we had a great time down here. Matt Schillinger from AMS Bowfishing, Tim Moranis from AMS Bowfishing, and Ty Smith, AMS Pro Staff. Now that's some cool stuff. Bow fishing for salmon. You know, the salmon that we're pursuing in South Dakota are landlocked on Lake Oahe. There is no natural reproduction of the salmon except at the spawning stations at Whitlock Bay. So the fish that do not make it to the Whitlock Bay station are just going to die eventually. Their eggs become non-fertile, they do not hatch. So the state of South Dakota, the Game and Fish, allows us bow fishermen a chance to harvest these salmon. That's some pretty cool stuff. Now after these breaks, we head down to Tennessee to compete in the Campbells Outdoors Pro Bow Fishing Challenge. You know, the Campbells Outdoors Pro Bow Fishing Tournament is quite a bit different than your normal bow fishing tournaments. It's 3 nights long. It's not a big 20 or a big 30 event, and it's not a numbers event. This all comes down to submitting 3 fish per night of some of your best footage that you have while bow fishing on the water. You also have bonus points for destination elements, underwater footage, time lapse, and you also get points for seconds of pre-roll on a fish. So if you shoot a 15-pound common carp in clear water and you get 15 seconds of pre-roll on that fish is worth 30 points. Versus a 23-pound fish in dirty water and you only get 2 seconds of pre-roll on that fish is only 25 points. So you better listen to your cameraman because it's all up to him on this challenge. If he gives you the green light to shoot, you better be shooting. And if he tells you to wait, you better not be pushing arrows into the water. So check this out, the Campbells Outdoors Pro Bow Fishing Challenge. Well, Tim and I are heading down to Tennessee to hook up with my good buddy Dennis Redden from Kentucky, and we're going to compete in this year's Campbells Outdoors Pro Bow Fishing Challenge.
For this tournament, we got down there 3 days early so that we could scout and try and find where the fish were and if they were going to be calm and clear water for us. Well, we came up on this buffalo one night in scouting and we decided we're going to count and we're going to practice this 15 seconds of pre-roll.
Right here, right here.
Yep. 1.
That's a big
2.
It's big.
3.
Big fish comes out, you just can't smoke that fish. You got to make sure the cameraman has them in view. You got to make sure you're getting quality pre-roll on that fish. Audio is good, lighting is good. You got to wait for the cameraman to give you a signal to go ahead and shoot these fish. First night of the Campbell's Bow Fishing Challenge. Kind of smoke some fish, Danny. What are you saying, man?
Just do it.
There, right there, big fish. I'm on them.
Wait.
Nice fish. Get a count to me, Tim.
I can barely see it.
Right there.
And now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, shoot.
He's liking it, folks.
I love this.
Got it.
Wait. Wait. Shoot.
All right.
Count.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh boy. Coming out. Let's go.
Is
that it?
Thing.
No, over here, Dennis. That's what we came down here for. Yes!
We had to have a daytime bonus fish. We was in here and these fish started spawning this morning at daylight.
Yeah.
We had to wait for the sun to get up so we could actually see the fish. They come by us. Matt thumped this one right in the head, man.
Right in the noggin.
Good shot.
Should be some good footage of a spawning fish, how they do that pushing. You get the males on the outside, the females in the middle, and they're pushing. And I'm just glad that we got our daytime footage bonus fish for the Campbell's Outdoor Pro Bow Fishing Challenge.
That's a good fish there.
Yeah.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Yeah, I'm talking about, man.
Yeah. We've been on the water for what, 6 nights now with scouting and a tournament. Yeah. My head is pounding, my eyes are sore from straining and looking into the water. There's fog going across.
All right, take her down. Take her down. Nice.
The graveyard buff.
The graveyard buff. Right there in the sunken graveyard. maybe we lifted the spirit that has been haunting the old Nickajack Dam. Maybe that's the spirit right there.
We've chased her all night.
We chased her all night and we finally caught up to her. The graveyard buck. Yes.
Not only were we up all night fishing and checking our video and figuring out what to submit, but in the morning we had to weigh in our fish, we had to do setups for the TV show, and we also had to go out in the town and get our destination elements, such as filming signs, or one team even jumped off of a plane and filmed the body of water we were fishing. So the whole time we're shooting this tournament, we're thinking about ways that we could get a better production element.
Along with that, we have underwater footage, and we also have a time lapse we need to submit. It's all raw footage that we must submit, so it's a lot of work, not a lot of sleep, but it was well worth it.
Third night. Campbells Outdoor Challenge.
Yes, sir, Danny.
Still sitting in second place.
Still sitting in second place, and the first place teams actually got a lot bigger fish than we did, which was good, that we're still in second place. We're sticking to our game plan. We've been to this spot every night. We're on good fish. It's just a matter of getting an arrow into them and getting good video on that fish. So I'm happy where we are. Let's get them.
Other side. Nice job, man.
You know, probably one of the hardest things that I had to learn in this tournament was holding on a fish. I'm not very good at that. As soon as I see a fish, bam, I like to shoot it. Holding on that fish for 15 seconds was very hard, and we ended up taking third place in the Campbells Challenge, which was awesome.
Had a great time down here with Tim, our camera guy, and Dennis Threadden from Kentucky. It was a pleasure shooting with you, Dennis.
It's been a ball now.
It was awesome. The AMS retrievers worked awesome. Love it, man. Bow fishing. Get out there and do it. It's awesome.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this week's show. You know, we sure had a great time taking those kids out bow fishing and shooting those salmon in South Dakota. That was really cool. But remember, when you're traveling from state to state, always make sure to check your local rules and regulations on bow fishing restrictions. And you know, shooting in that Campbell's Challenge, that sure was a lot of fun. We learned a lot, and that was actually Tim's first time behind the camera, and he did one heck of a job. Remember, join a bow fishing club to help promote the sport of bow fishing. And from all of us at Bowfish 24/7, 365, we'll see you on the water.